Hey, so we are going to be warming up the emails now. So when you click the fire button on beside your email, you will see this pop up here with a notice, and you just have to click on the yes I understand checkbox and then press on the blue continue button. Alright, so once you click on the green fire button, then click on the settings cog icon and then go to the settings tab. Here you can set the first name and last name. The daily sending limit is actually the total entire daily sending limit, including the campaigns. This is not for the warming sending limit. So set it whatever 20, 50, 50, whatever you want to keep. I'll just keep it at 20 for now. And then we have the custom tracking domain. We'll talk about it later. First, let's set the daily warm-up limit. And the daily warm-up limit is can be anything. I'm gonna set it to 10. You can set it to 20, 25. Then comes the increase per day. So for increase per day, you can keep it to 2 or 4. The recommended is 2. That is ramp up the sending of the warm-up emails by 2 per day. So if it's 2 today, next day it will be 4, then 6, then 8. But for now I will click disable slow ramp up because my email is already been warmed up by other tool before I came across Instantly. So it's already a warmed up email. So I'm gonna click on disable slow warm up, and this 10 daily warm up limit means that it's gonna send 10 warm up emails today and also tomorrow and also day after tomorrow, and it will keep sending 10 because I have disabled the slow warm up. And if I then further enable it, then it will slowly start ramping up the emails again from 10 to 12, then 14, then 16. So what I'm gonna do is just send 10 per day for 2 to 3 days, and then I will uncheck the disable slow warm up after 2 to 3 days, so it can then ramp up again. Alright, for the reply rate percentage, I just keep it at 30, which is the recommended, and monitor blacklist, keep it at enabled. Then the custom tracking domain. So custom tracking domain is not really completely related to warm up, but it is definitely very useful for campaigns, sending campaigns. So keep it enabled. So check the use custom tracking domain checkbox, and here you have host type and value. So you would need access to your DNS management system. It can be a domain registrar like Namecheap, GoDaddy, whatever you bought your domains from, or it could be something like Cloudflare. I use Cloudflare because it is one of the fastest, if not the fastest, DNS propagation service. So that's what I use, and it is free. So I'm gonna go to Cloudflare dashboard, and then we will add a CNAME record there. Alright, I have my Cloudflare dashboard opened, and before I go and add a CNAME record there, I have to add a tracking domain or subdomain. So in this case, I am using a subdomain for my emails. So I'm gonna add the tracking domain for my subdomain. And you can name it anything you want, but for the subdomain you can delete that. So for example, it would be instantly.someweb.com if you are not using a subdomain, and you could just remove the instantly and keep it track or any custom name you want. But I am using subdomain for my email, so I'm gonna write instantly.emails.someweb.com because that's the email mailbox subdomain. So I will copy this and then go to my Cloudflare dashboard, and in here I'm gonna add record. Then the type I will select CNAME. Then so in the name text box I will just paste the custom tracking domain that I created, that is instantly.emails.someweb.com. and then in the target text box I will come back and copy this proxy something. So I will then copy that and paste in here, prox.icrackly.com, whatever it is. So it will be pasted in target checkbox. So as you can see, instantly.emails.someweb.com is an alias of prox.icrackly.com. Alright, makes sense. Next we will come here and disable the proxy status orange cloud, and then we will keep the TTL to auto, and then just press on save. Alright, done. The DNS record is added. Now it will take about 2 to 3 minutes, if not maximum 5 minutes, for the propagation to happen. Cloudflare is usually very fast, so I would have to wait for maximum 5 minutes. So I'll get back and I'll skip this part of the video and see you later after 5 minutes. Alright, so 5 minutes have been over. I will come here and click on check status, and it's checking tracking domain, checking SSL status, CNAME verified, nice. Waiting for SSL to become active. Now I have noticed that this part sometimes takes a lot of time. For example, for my other domain it also took a lot of time, but for my other domain it actually happened very fast. So sometimes this part takes a lot of time. I don't know how long it will take, so I'm gonna speed ramp this part of the video. This is unable to verify connection status, please try again later. What I'm going to do is go back and save changes, checking tracking domain, checking SSL status. SSL is active, there you go. So sometimes it can throw an error, and then if it does, then click on save button and then it will verify the SSL again. So as you can see, CNAME verified and SSL verified as well. So custom tracking domain is now enabled. Alright, I would just for safety click on the save button again. You can click on bottom or on the top, and make sure you do click on save, because if you don't, then you'll have to do all of this process again. So make sure you do click on the save button. Alright, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much your warm-up is enabled, it's running, and as you can see, my first email I had already set this up like yesterday, and it has already sent like 14 warm-up emails this week, and all of them have landed in the inbox. None of them were needed to be recovered from spam, and the warm-up health score is 100%. As you can see, it says superb, nice, 14 sent, 14 landed in inbox, 0 saved from spam. Yeah, everything's nice there. And in the graph, as you can see, 10 were sent yesterday and 4 were sent today. And that's it. That's all the warm-up emails. This one, the one that we added, is showing 0, and it will start sending in a few hours maybe, so we can then see the statistics of this later. So that's it for the warm-up emails. I hope you liked it. If you haven't watched the setting up of emails in Instantly, then go and watch that video next, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.